founder of a company called Vinolytics, and as the title might imply, we work with wine, vino, and we simplify the process of wine management. Many of you may think, okay, why do we care? Well, the reality is that wine is the one collectible that actually does go to zero. It's not a collectible car, it's not art. The fine wine market is about $20 billion, and it's really driven by its ability to age over time. And inevitably what happens is that people collect too much wine, or they've bought too much wine as a restaurant or a hotel, and they need to actually figure out a way to actively manage it. So we built a software platform to help do that. We essentially have taken this, this product and made it tied to the stock or wine exchanges in London. So it actually is a mark-to-market product. So every day you could see exactly what you drank last night and realize that you had just had $5,000 worth of wine and that you need to replace that as quickly as possible. The platform is actually very interesting, and I'll quickly demo, but basically we tried to make it really pretty and simple and a very nice user interface and a really nice user experience. Our main competitor is a relatively dated CSV-based system called Seller Tracker. It's a wonderful system in that it has a ton of data. It's also a very big system. They have over 440,000 users. So it's a very big market relative if you think that it's not, it actually is. We also have another competitor called Vinfolio, but these systems are very difficult to manage and they're not a two-way dialogue, and you have to continually update, and it's very, very difficult to work your way through the data. So besides creating this really pretty dashboard, we also recognized that there was a nice opportunity to link our data into Google Maps, and we are now the first software out there where you can actually see a visual of your collection down to where the actual vineyard is. So you take a nice trip through where you may have met that wine the first time, and you can also kind of see where your palate is, and also it reflects how the wine might be aging or how it's expressing itself just based on where it's been growing over time. So we started our company at the end of 2015. We launched our software in August of 2016. We've had some very friendly collectors that have come onto our platform. We also work with trust and estate planners, insurance companies, and we're really trying to focus now into the enterprise space. So professional storage, auction houses, retail. You know, we think there's a really nice opportunity to work with hotels and restaurants to help them figure out how they can actively manage these wines and make it a better economic opportunity, not only for the collector and the entity, but certainly for the wine. At the end of the day, what is the point of collecting 17,000 bottles of wine when you're 70 years old? That wine needs to get into a glass. It just can't go to zero. So our traction is about 15 million in wine assets since we launched the software. Our goal is to get up to 100 million. I talked a little bit about our customer base. We focus on collectors. That's our primary customer base right now. They've really helped us get our product to the level that we're at today. So we've rolled out most of our major features, but we're pretty excited about our technology roadmap going forward now that we've been able to structure the data in a way that makes it really effective and useful. As I said, we're focusing on the client advisor space, and we are also focusing on professionals. Our revenue model is a classic SaaS model, so you onboard onto the technology based on the number of bottles you have. So if you have 2,000 bottles, we charge you 83 cents a bottle. And then we have 3 levels of advisory fees. So 1,500, 6,000, and 12,000, light, medium, and full body, with the full body really being an enterprise-based model. Just very quickly, before I go into the demo, we show you here sort of what Seller Tracker looks like. And as I said, we really want to have a very intuitive experience for the collector. Just quickly, just to think about the future, if you spend a lot of time running around in the AI space or thinking about natural language processing, you know, these are the type of databases and these are the type of products where the ability to have a two-way dialogue with your collection is really quite compelling. So we're spending a lot of time thinking about text, imagery, and certainly voice. It would be lovely if we can get to the point where the collectors or the restaurant or the hotel can literally just walk in and either read the bottle and talk to it, and that will book into the database, or you can walk into your cellar and say, hey, Bacchus, what should I drink tonight? And it's already in there, right? It will tell you. So that's really our next technology roadmap, and we're really excited about the opportunity. Let me just quickly show you how this works. So we are a web application. I'm sorry, I can't see that. Okay, so we are a web-based application, and you can see here, if I can figure out how to use this, just to show you the dashboard itself. So here you'll see the drinking windows, you'll see the total portfolio value, and you'll see the different tabs that you can go into. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm just trying to, oh, I got it. Okay, sorry, thanks. Sorry, so just quickly here, I don't know if we moved into questions. But this basically is the dashboard, and it shows you the average price per bottle, the portfolio value, number of bottles. It gives you the performance over time, so the 3-month and 6-year, 3, 6-month, and 1-year performance. And then it's broken down by drinking window. So this will immediately tell you, oh, I need to drink my wines between 2026 and 2032, and these are the wines that you should be drinking. It also then allows you to look at the underlying performance. Just to quickly go into Google Maps, this shows you the underlying wines for a particular region, and then as I was saying, you can really drill down right to the actual vineyard itself, and it will tell you the wines that are from there. We also have a fairly easy add and delete. So if you're looking for the Chateau Margaux and you want to add in 1982, you just drag it in. You can pick the format, you can pick the number of bottles, and you can pick your initial bottle price. So we can also calculate the actual performance from when you have bought the wines. So there's a lot here, but you can clearly see that it's a very simple, pretty UX, and it's all there, and we really want to take this data and move it out so the collector or the advisor or the professional can have a two-way conversation with wine.
Go to questions?
Questions, quickly. Sorry. Sorry, yeah, in the back. Oh.
Yeah, have you thought of, just thinking of like the consumer experience in the restaurant, right? It's very difficult to choose, at least for someone who's not an expert, you're looking at just a list of names and you don't know much information, to have like my waiter hand me a tablet whereby I can flip toggles and it's tied to exactly what's in their cellar. It just seems like a big opportunity. I'm curious if you've thought of that.
So there's actually a group that's doing it out of London right now at Pall Mall, 67 Pall Mall, which is a private wine club. It's a wonderful club. So the London market is very different than the US market for a variety of different reasons. We're a 3-tiered system, and we could talk about prohibition until the cows go home, but we won't do that tonight. So they have an inbound warehouse system with a lot more flexibility. So they have developed these wine exchanges, and Wine Owners is one of them, which theoretically could be a competitor of ours, but they can actually exchange amongst themselves. And they've been able to take that data and then put that into private facilities. So we think we could do that too, certainly working with golf clubs and other type of places. But it has to be really driven by the institution and the 3-tiered system, as opposed to just being able to kind of trade between collectors.
Okay.
But there's certainly an opportunity.
Thanks.
Yes.
What does performance mean?
Oh, so performance is actually, all of these wines are tied to the London International Vintners Exchange. So this shows you the 3-month performance of that actual wine. So
I still don't know what performance is.
value, performance, or it's a percentage change, yes.
Who ensure the quality of those wine data?
Oh, so these all come directly from the exchange itself. So it's a really large market. There's there are 450 of us that trade. This has been an exchange that's been in operation for about 15 years. So it clears every night, and we're all trading amongst ourselves. But it's a very efficient market to trade on. Any more questions on wine and data? Yes, sorry.
If you're pulling from London, are you adjusting for currency?
Yes, of course. Yeah, we'll convert back in.
One more.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's like to be a wine collector. Are they investing so it goes up, or they're there to enjoy it, or some kind of combination?
So it's a combination. I mean, the vast majority of large collectors will tell you that they don't look at it as an asset, but the reality is that when they realize that they bought it for $50 and it's now worth $1,500, it's a little harder to drink. But if you think about it, they also recognize that it needs to be in a form where it does get into the glass, right? And they need to engage and drive it, and it just becomes too unwieldy. So we're hoping to solve that problem for them. They can get them through that 1500.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Sorry.